Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to also share, like, and comment.
Thank you very much. Just to wish all a good afternoon. Let me recognize the presence of the Republican Vice President, Madam Mtalena Lumango. Recognize the presence of the Minister of Justice and any other cabinet colleagues that may be present this afternoon, but also the Secretary to the Cabinet, and all the colleagues that work with you in the public sector, central, local, and quasi-government institutions. Let me acknowledge the presence of the Attorney General, Solicitor General, who are ministers today here, the colleagues, including the chairperson of the Human Rights Commission. Where is she? She's not here. So, but anyone from the Commission, the Human Rights Commission, colleagues from State House, senior government officials, distinguished family members to the nine that have been sworn in today, and members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is my duty first and foremost on behalf of the government, the people of Zambia, to congratulate these dignified Zambians, citizens of our lovely country, Zambia, for your appointments, your elevation to your specific roles that you have assumed following this swearing in today. Let me start with the state councils. The 5 state councils that we've sworn in today. State Council Muti, State Council Mwimbu, State Council Zalomis, State Council Dudia, State Council Sakala Chibia. This is what every young lawyer wants to end up with when they study law at UNZA or elsewhere in the country or across the world. They get admitted to the bar, they work hard, and one of their ambitions is to become state counsel, as the Queen's Counsel, now the King's Counsel in the UK. I'm drawing that parallel Commonwealth relationship. So you have basically reached a level which lawyers aspire to reach. Other things are based on what you've done in the legal profession or around legal issues. So today marks a pivotal moment for us as a nation where justice, there's rule of law first, rule of law, justice must prevail in our society. Orderliness, just general orderliness. I know Zambians, and I don't agree with this assertion, are said to forget easily. The chaos that was obtained in just 2 years, 7 months, 8 months ago, we seem to have already forgotten about it. But what you 5 have assumed today makes you carry a special responsibility. In addition to your ordinary responsibilities in your roles in the legal profession, today you carry an additional responsibility. And as I say to many Zambians, responsibility comes with accountability, a burden to carry that responsibility diligently, to be able to assist the country to maintain this orderliness to assist the country to dispense justice, as we always say, timely, fairly, with compassion, as state councils. But also automatically you become teachers. You become role models to the young colleagues in the legal profession, including the bench. That's true. Young magistrates, young judges, as it were. But learning is not restricted to young people. All of us learn from one another. So you carry that burden, and we have trust and belief in you. The system has a trust and belief in you, because for you to be sworn in today, you had to go through a lengthy process of vetting, of approval. I don't sit in those processes, but the fact that the processes have now brought the names before the president, that you can be sworn in, means you've fulfilled the rigorous process. And therefore, we have trust in you, we believe in you. And I think it is important to say also, this is not a time to relax, to say, now I'm state counsel, I have arrived. Work has just started. But that also goes for your personal conduct. As a state counsel, we don't expect you to stagger out of a bar into your car. I'm serious. Yesterday, Madam Vice President, I was talking about drunkenness, excessive abuse of alcohol at a National Youth Day in Chipata. And as you know by now, citizens know, I'm not shy. I say things the way I see them. And I said to the youth, we cannot think that abusing alcohol and drugs is being a real man or a real woman. I didn't use those words, but something around there. But the young people look at you who have reached that level. So you stagger out of the bar, you can't open your car. The key is moving from one position to another. You're delivering a wrong message to the community. I don't have to teach you basic ways of living, but that expectation is there. I've used the smallest, simplest example, but there are more complex examples. So in essence, you are the mirror of not just the legal profession, but society as a whole. And that comes with this lot of responsibility, a lot of it. Everybody's watching. From the time you leave this room, Speaker, yes, they watch your mannerisms when you wear that big thing in Parliament, but they will pierce through that thing now because they expect a certain way of conduct. It goes for each one of you. I think that's enough from me. But how proud am I? Are we with the Vice President? Vice President, I don't think you have paid attention that of the 5 state councils today, the majority are women. 3 out of 5. Work out the arithmetic. What percentage is that? They are women. Dignified women, by any standard. Indeed. Indeed. I am fresh from the Women's Day in Livingston. So my mind is alive to the issues that were raised, Father Koma, at that platform, that we need more women. And I did raise, Vice President, that we have a woman Vice President, capable one. We have a Speaker. I use you as an example. We have Judge, President of the Constitutional Court. I didn't raise the example, an additional mention of the Chair of the Electoral Commission, who herself is another woman. Today she is being sworn in as State Counsel.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to JQ.
So really, and I repeat what I said then, that this government is trying its best within the limitations, constitutional and legal limitations that we have, and also other processes such as the approval. It is true to say there are some who have been vetted and basically not been accepted to sit and be sworn in today. That process I don't control. Maybe you control it, madam. I don't control it. And I would like to see, I repeat, us as a nation media to amend the Constitution to allow for more women representation in the elective offices, not just Parliament, but also councils, local authorities, I mean. In the council chairs, of course, they're also in the local authorities, mayors, but in Parliament as well. Because, Vice President, Zambians have been speaking for a long time. Mwanakatwe Constitutional Review Commission, Mungomba Constitutional Review Commission, and many others, including the late President Mwanawasa's Constitutional Review Commission, I think he called it something like that, NCC, that they want to see cabinet from outside Parliament. They talk, but those in government at the time decide to drop the demands of the people of Zambia. Because if cabinet was coming from outside Parliament, it's easy for the head of state to appoint any head of state, more women, into the cabinet. But now cabinet is drawn from Parliament, inside Parliament, creating a restriction. And I said at the Women's Day, many women would not run for public office 2 years, 8 months ago, because it was violent, it was bloody. And I said the social media is so abusive that many women, if Mr. Chibia saw his wife running for public office, he must be prepared to have the color of his inside shirt being shared in the media, starting with her first. This we must address, state councils. We really must address this abuse of the social media to not only women, to the youth, to society. All of us are just victims. So I did say that there's need to amend the Constitution. But I also got a response from one of our colleagues in politics that, HH, come on, you can do more. We've done more today, within the limits. But we'd like to see more through the constitutional amendments of proportional representation for more women, for more youth, more of our colleagues who are differently abled. I'm only repeating what I said because I believe in what I say, not to play with words. So, but we're very proud today to have you 5 as state councils. I think the nation is proud of that. So, but remember, obligation comes along. Let me turn to the Civil Service Commission. You have been there serving as deputy. There's nothing I can say to you about, which you are not aware of already. You are aware. And working with the Secretary to the Cabinet, we would like a more sharper public sector. A public sector that doesn't see work meaning 8 hours to 17 hours. I've been saying this for a long time. And I'm observing, I'm looking, I'm checking. I fight with him and his 2 deputies, positive fights, that work is not reporting for work in the office. Work is deliverables. Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Civil Service Commission. Work is not reporting at the office. Work is deliverables. Work is to get fewer and fewer workshops, sir, and travel. By the way, with the declaration of the National Disaster and Emergency, we are going to curtail your travel and that of your civil servants. The Secretary of Cabinet knows. And I must say that includes not just the civil service, it includes the 2 arms of government, Speaker. It includes Parliament. You have to curtail the traveling yourself and your members of Parliament so we can save money and put it in food to protect citizens so they can have food as they go to bed. I'm serious. Vice President, there's a perception that lingers on that because there's a separation of government, 3 arms of government, means that the judiciary and legislature is not bound by prudence measures. That is too far from the truth. You are all bound by those measures because we are one government. And I like saying this, there are no separate governments. There are no three governments. There's only one government. We are one. So prudence measures affect everyone. So back to you, Chair. We don't want work to mean travel, to mean workshops. So is Parliament. So is judiciary. But work means delivering for the people. In this case, we must feed our citizens. So we must mop money away from other consumption-related expenditure. As we are amending, Vice President, the 2024 national budget is going through amendment. And I was with the Minister of Finance on the phone yesterday, with the Secretary of the Cabinet, with my economic advisor, I don't know where she is, Dr. Nakamba, and I'm saying there are lines I want to see change there to move money to feeding our people, two, into irrigation, so we don't have to depend on the rains all the time, direct. Yes, all water comes from the rains anyway, underground and surface, but we have to irrigate. I'm saying this so that the civil services are alive to these issues. You are not indifferent to the agenda of the country. We will talk off the line. We will talk off the line. And the Human Rights Commission. First, I want to appreciate, not Human Rights Commission. I'll come to Human Rights Commission. Well, since I'm there, Father Koma, there's no better person to go to the Human Rights Commission than you. You may not know, some of you have followed you from a long time, from your work within the Catholics, within the civil society, a long time. I'm one of your fans from way, way back. There's no better person than you to join the Human Rights Commission. Let's take care of the rights of the citizens. But also, let citizens know that their rights end somewhere and someone else's rights begin where theirs end. There's an obligation not to be overboard about my rights, because if I am, I'm infringing on the rights of another. How can I preach to you about something you yourself have been working on for several years? So congratulations once more to you, obviously to the Civil Service Commission. Chair, let me mention the drug enforcement. And there's a reason I'm leaving Yakapambwe last. The Drug Enforcement Commission, Commissioner Banda has done a good job since he took over. I want to say publicly, because I work with him, we talk to each other, we follow, we support each other. I think he's brought sanity in the Drug Enforcement Commission. And you going there to partner with him, not to compete with him, to partner with him, to work together. Again, I emphasize working together, no competition. Zambians have this notion that I'm now vice, my next thing is to be the one in charge. I can't, man. There's a role for everybody. You work as a team. So your colleagues is working very hard there. We have every belief that you will become good partners to advance the work of that institution. So you have really our very best wishes. You're strong, strong woman, and a mother is always more than just strong. A mother is always also compassionate. Sometimes people are wrongly accused. That is true also, and are vilified. And I'm saying to the Anti-Corruption Commission, Drug Enforcement.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the Source. Don't forget to subscribe to JCO.
Commission, DPP, to the police, all the prosecutors. We should not rush to arresting people before we investigate. I repeat, let people have their rights. Father Koma wants to see that everybody enjoys their rights. So before we malign, rein in on somebody, let's do our investigations. And only when we are satisfied, we can effect an arrest. Once we effect an arrest, a matter is bondable, give the bond. I talk to the Minister of Home Affairs here every now and then. We don't need guns to go and arrest wrongdoers. All we need is a call-out, a piece of paper called a call-out. Minister of Justice, we talk about this every now and then. Just a call-out. Call-out number one, a citizen doesn't come, Be patient. Second call out. Doesn't come. Third, go to court. Bench warrant. Then the citizen will know that this is justified. But why carry guns like you're going to fight a mean war, to arrest somebody? Call out after investigations. Arrest. If the matter is bondable, give bond. No issue there. If the matter is not bondable, court. 10 hours arrest, 14, 30 hours, you're in court. If the matter is bailable, conditions are met, give bail. That applies to you state councils as well, to assist our systems, the police and the judiciary. Bond, bail is not a favor to anyone. It's a legal provision. I know what used to happen with me. I used to get arrested on a Thursday. And then dilly-dallying Thursday, Friday, I'm in filthy cells. Then they'll tell you it's a weekend now. You can't get to court. It's deliberate. We want citizens to see that there's a change. I'm serious, colleagues. There's a change. Anyone who's mischievous, it will show that this citizen is mischievous, and they'll get the firmness of the law, the long arm of the law. I guess I've said enough. Yakapambwe, who has an illustrious diplomatic career more than you in this country? I want to know one. Who has an illustrious diplomatic career? Zambia's ambassador to the US, Zambia's ambassador to the UN, and many other things. And you know that even when you were in Washington, I kept on consulting you on other things away from your portfolio there. And you and I talked quite a bit, and you're back home now. And since you came home, you haven't stayed, as some people say, I'm retired. You've been available. Many citizens are not aware that he's been helping this president a lot behind the scenes, and the government, and the people of Zambia. He went on a mission to Madagascar. I think it's Madagascar, isn't it? Quietly to support General Mianda as a SADC SIOM, we call it SADC Election Observation Mission, we call it SIOM, to support General Mianda. Gave him short notice, this gentleman, and packed his bags. He was in Madagascar. Very difficult election. Comes back, no one even notices. I know. Government knows. He's always available. I want to thank you for your service to this country over the many years. He deserves a clap at least, don't deserve it? And now you have agreed to serve in this role, which you have been doing anyway, even before your swearing in today. So thank you very much, Yatata, for your love for this country. And now you're going to do more work in a structured way. And thank you for being available to the nation. Fellow citizens, I would like us to support these 9 citizens in their roles, dignified citizens. Also, I want to ask the families. Sometimes we make the lives of our family members difficult, asking for too many small favors. Allow these people to work, so by you working for yourself, you allow them to work for the 20 million Zambians. As the Vice President knows, I like saying, even to my wife, that, hey, you can't have me as you used to before. I'm now Ndimukaveni, Ndimukamutwale. I'm married to 20 million Zambians. That's all I'm saying. Don't worry about the tongue I'm using. I'm married to 20 million Zambians. These colleagues are married equally to the same number. Let's support them. Let's put less pressure on them as families, as citizens. Media, please don't be brutal to them. Don't be brutal to them. Sometimes ask questions, you hear about something, phone them up for a question. The fact that they carry responsibility does not mean they are not citizens anymore. They don't have rights anymore. They have rights, individual rights as well. So thank you very much to all for coming, and we wish you 9 the very best. Let's keep in touch. Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.